afternoon. It is Tuesday, March 31st. I am Bruce Leonard, of course, and thank you for tuning in to another hour of Bruce Leonard Leans Left. While it's still legal. It's still legal today. I went to West Virginia and came back, and I'm still here, so apparently it is still legal. There's a lot going on today. I came home from work and started to check into what was happening. And what's up, Costello? And a lot is going on right now. But I want to start off by talking about something I saw on television. I wanted to talk about this on the last episode, but I forgot, so I want to start with it right now. It was an ad for Vivek Ramaswamy. Remember Vivek Ramaswamy? He's running for governor of Ohio, and there was an ad for his campaign on television, and I just found it kind of creepy. At the end of the ad, he's like leaning down in a hospital where a newborn baby is in the crib, and it says Ramaswamy, and he kisses the baby, you know. And I was just thinking to myself, what kind of sociopath do you need to be, like, to be having a baby and going, you know what, we need to have a film crew there this would make a great political ad. Because it just shows you the kind of soulless bastards that these people are. The problem with politicians, really, when you think about it, is none of them, not very many of them, are running for office to, like, make your life better. Or, I don't know why it's been all herky-jerky today. They're all predators, man. It's like there's not many AOCs and people like that who are just regular people who are in the government who actually are interested in making your life better. Most of these people are rich vultures. They want to get into the government so that they can deregulate business and skim tax money off the top of the gigantic slush fund that is the United States government. You know, you're talking about trillions and trillions of dollars. Trump is right now is just carving pieces. Like, yeah, he's $1 billion for his board of peace, you know, and here's another $500 million for a ballroom, and they're just peeling money off of the. He took Venezuelan oil, sold it for $500 million, and then put that money in a bank account in Qatar. And now with all this shit that's been going on, and all the war and all this stuff, no one is talking about any of this now. That money is gone. It's in his pocket. It's like a pickpocket. You know, like before you know it, your buddy's gone and he's gone. And you're like, it's unbelievable. And then there was a report that Pete Hegseth's broker was trying to buy a defense fund of stocks before the Iran war. These people are trying to profit. That's funny that you asked. Shared Dracul says, what was the impact of Harambe's assassination on your life? That's funny that you asked, because I'm from Cincinnati, Ohio, home of Harambe. And it affected everybody, man. What's up, Singer? Thanks for coming around. But no, these people are trying to profit off of war and death and destruction. And they're not thinking about, you know, all the lives that they're fucking destroying and all the people that they're fucking killing. They want to make money. This is the kind of shit that they're doing out in the open that people used to, you know, if you talked about these kinds of things, people would call you a tin hat conspiracy theorist or whatever. Oscar Law says, do I have pets? Yes, I have a dog, a pit bull named Athena. I've always had a dog, but I've been lucky. In my life, I've only had 3 dogs because they all lived to long ages. My first dog lived to be 15. My second dog lived to be 13. So that right there is 28 years. 2 dogs. It's a good thing because I said losing a dog is fucking hard, man. It's like losing a member of your. I mean, it literally is a member of your family by then. Yes, Costas, you can hear the dog frequently. She started barking upstairs. But no, these are the kinds of things that if you used to talk about them, people would say, "Oh, you're a tin hat conspiracy theorist or whatever," you know. And these guys are just doing this shit right out in the open. I mean, the government is opening an investigation about it, but they're not gonna fucking do anything. That's Hegseth's fucking broker. They're gonna go, "Ah, we looked into it and there's nothing there," you know. Just like they did with the Epstein. "Oh, we looked into it, there's nothing really there." Really? There's nothing really there? Hey, thank you. DJ Vlog says I'm Walter White. Thank you. I am the one who knocks. But I mean, and this is the other part that they don't seem to understand, is these people, like there was a guy today on my page was trying to tell me again, like, "Oh yeah, Radians, they're happy that we're doing this. They're marching in the street. They want us to give them freedom." And you're going, that might have been the case in the beginning. Oh no, Julia, that's terrible. She says my pit bull Athena is 13 and having health issues. Oh, that sucks. I'm sorry. 13 is a good life though. At least my Stella died at 13, and it came fast too. Like she was pretty healthy, and then all of a sudden, she just went downhill quick, and then her kidneys went out, and then it was terrible. Anyway, Troy says, "What is the most impactful lesson that you have learned from your time here on Earth that you don't know?" Anything really? The things you think you know, one day you'll find out, hey, maybe you didn't. To not be so arrogantly sure of yourself that you know about everything. I think that's probably the most impactful lesson. And that didn't just come like from one time of thing. It was like, you know, over time, and more mistakes pile up, and the more things that happen that you didn't prepare for or realize were possible, you start to learn that maybe you didn't know, you know. It's like, or you think that low, like in low, or here, I'll turn it up so. No, I tried to. Anyway, I think that wait, she said she had 37 cats? Are you serious? 37 cats? Holy shit. And enough people have said stuff, and somebody commented on my thing too. Is like, I'm gonna fix the sound because apparently it's not good. Julia says, Christos says, "But one has a microchip will be claimed and a friend will take another. They just show up." Well, then you'll be down to 35. 35 cats. No, I sound like this all the time. And then, of course, Trump is fumbling around. He doesn't know what to do. But here's how the day started today. Donald Trump on Truth Social. "All those countries that can't get jet fuel because of the Strait of Hormuz, like the United Kingdom, which refuse to get involved in the decapitation of Iran, I have a suggestion for you. Number 1, buy from the U.S. We have plenty. And number 2, build up some delayed courage. Go to the Strait and just take it. You have to start learning how to fight for yourself. The USA won't be there to help you anymore, just like you weren't there for us. Iran has been essentially decimated. The hard part is done. Go get your own oil." President Trump. So basically, what he's going to do now is he lit a house on fire. Now he's going to leave and tell them to put it out. He doesn't seem to fundamentally understand. He thinks that because we have a lot of oil, which we do, that this doesn't affect us. He keeps saying, we don't even need the Strait of Hormuz. Yeah, well, you know what? The price of oil is set worldwide. So even if theoretically he's correct and we don't need to get oil from the Strait of Hormuz ourselves, in order to alleviate the high price of oil, the Strait of Hormuz must open. No. No, unknown. Not a Jew. I don't know why people keep saying that when I don't have my tiny hat on. It's like, if you're a real Jew, you got your tiny hat on, you know. Because that's what God wants. Right? 11 minutes it took. You know who gets the good thing? Ashton Truax says, I look and sound like the main villain of Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs too. Unknown for you, my girlfriend made this sign for me because so many people come on here, like this guy, Rajesh 46. It says, I'm a Jew. I'm a Jew, obviously, but I'm not. So she made me this sign. This guy says, who let Grandpa stream? I ain't nobody's grandpa. I can promise you that. I don't have children, because who would want to raise children in this fucking shithole? Look at this place. Especially if you live here in America. Look what we're doing to our own country. We let this fucking crazy old man. He was egocentric. Have control of the largest military in the world. He's got the impulses of a 5-year-old and the intellect of one as well. It's like, right? Costas says, now I need another sign, not a grandpa. I need a bunch of signs behind me. It's like, not a Jew, not a grandpa, not a... Everybody that's going... I don't understand how this... I mean, I understand how this happened, but I don't understand how no one is stopping him. The courts are stopping him. Today, a judge ruled that his defunding of NPR and PBS was unconstitutional, which of course it was. That's right, Unknown. For you, the world is one big stage. It is. And I've been on it my whole life. So I was a musician before that. I was a stand-up comedian. And now, since I can't do stand-up comedy because I'm stuck here, if you don't know the story, I'm stuck here, so I can't tour and do comedy like I used to. So now I'm doing this because I can't just sit around and do nothing. Yeah, literally, Trump is like, lit your house on fire, and then walks away and goes, well, it's up to you to put it out. And they're not even done. He keeps saying the war's done, it is done, it's not a war, it is a war. We're not having ground troops, but yet they're sending 10 or 20,000 troops there right now. If we're not having ground troops, then why are they there? All right, Unknown, thanks for hanging out for a minute. Ashley says, where are you stuck? In the United States. Here's something I don't understand. This happened here. I don't know if you follow the news. You may or may not have heard about this because it happened here in Cincinnati. But during opening day in Cincinnati, Ohio, opening day of baseball is the biggest day of this city, right? Everyone in the city goes down and there's a parade. They drink all day. They watch a baseball game. Then they go out and right outside the stadium is thing called the Banks, which is a bunch of bars. So after they drank all day, then they went to the Reds game. Then they go out to the Banks and they drink more. And then a bunch of people started getting in fights. And then all of a sudden they got out of control and they had to bring the cops down there and push everybody out. But here's my question. The mayor of the city was on vacation. So he wasn't even here. City's like falling apart, you know, and he's a Democrat. I gotta say this. And this is why it's hard to like get behind, like you go, oh, I want to get behind the Democrats. And then the guy does some stupid shit like this. Why would you go on vacation? The biggest day of your city. You know that people are going to be out. That's the one day of the year that people care about in this city. It's like that everybody goes out, parties. Well, there's a River Fest too on Labor Day, but that's beside the point. The point is, why would you go on vacation? It's like when Ted Cruz went on vacation, like in the middle of that blizzard. Everybody's running out of power, and you know, Texas is falling apart. He's getting on a plane to Cancun. Right? What are these politicians? That's why I was getting back to what I was saying earlier. These politicians aren't here to make your lives better, most of them. They're vultures and predators. Yeah, well, I mean, we were talking about Iran before, but I just like to ask the question because you see all the time. These politicians don't care about anybody, and yet people still vote for them over and over. Ted Cruz is still a senator in Texas after he left them in a blizzard to go to Cancun. They reelected him. Now, why is that? Because you go, well, can't vote for a Democrat, you know, but this guy already fucked you over. Well, you know. And this is why nothing ever changes. Everything stays the same. And this is going to my point now about why has no one stopped Donald Trump? At this point, he's not only destroying America, he's destroying the whole world. RX says, yeah, so I wasn't being prejudiced when I knew you was going to be rambling from the first second I laid eyes on that beard. Dude, it used to be a whole beard. Yesterday I shaved it off. I had grown a beard for like the winter, like full face, but it made me look real old. Like I still look old, but with the full beard, I look really old. Way older than I really am. No, yeah, answer me that question. I don't even know what I should call you. RX, I'll call you. Why do people keep voting for these fucking jerk-offs over and over again, even when they've already fucked them over? It's like a psychosis. That people... I said, you're like, well, Ted Cruz abandoned you in the middle of a blizzard and left the state hanging and dry, you know, and they go, what an asshole, everyone was mad at him. Yet, he's still in the Senate. It's like they can't do anything to turn people against him to get thrown out because they hate the other guy so much that even their guy's an asshole, but he ain't one of them, you know. And that's how they keep you fucked. Constantly. Like I said, why has no one stopped Trump? Because they're afraid. Because all Trump has to do is call a primary against you, and you might get voted out of your seat by some nutlicker that, you know. And then that's why the Congress is neutered, because they got rid of everybody that had any balls that would stand up to Trump, and they primaried them out of their seats, and then regular people were like, whoa, we gotta vote for the guy Trump told us to vote for. And now the Congress is all a bunch of Trump nutlickers that are afraid to stand up to him. And that's how he has complete reign to do what he wants with the courts. I said, be stopping him here and there. The courts told him today to stop building this fucking ballroom. Because we need that, right? There's a war going on. He's walking around with the big picture of his ballroom that he's building. He's about to send people to their deaths, and they've killed I don't know how many Iranians. He's threatened to blow up their desalinization plants, which will kill millions of people. The guy's a monster. And that's what I mean. These guys are soulless fucking parasites with no fucking gumptions whatsoever. They're not even human beings. That woman, Caroline Levitt, they were having a prayer. And they had a prayer before her briefing, behind the curtain there. And then she came out and was like, did you hear us say, Amen, Jesus, or something? We were having a prayer. Now let's talk about all the people we killed. It's like the sickest, darkest fucking comedy you could ever think about. Watching. It's like, dude, the satire here is too biting. It's like, they're having a prayer service before she goes out and gives a briefing about how they blew the shit out of some fucking girls' school in Iran, or whatever. With no emotion whatsoever. No thought. And that's getting back to my point about the guy who was on my page trying to tell me that the Iranian people wanted this and that they wanted freedom and they wanted all this stuff. And they're happy that we're doing this. And that might have been the case. How come none of y'all have anything like, you don't even come with like original insults? You're all like clones. Y'all say the same shit. Jew or Epstein or it's like use your fucking brain, man. Say something clever. It's like I could take a ribbon as good as anyone. It's like, but at least be fucking genuine and original about it. That you're like the 50th guy that's come on here and called me Epstein. Thank you. You guys are having like a love fest here in the comments. That I'm not trying to turn this show into like a funny romantic. I do love you, Laura. Anyway. They're blowing up. like no one's ever said that either. My nose is big. Oh, yeah. Hey, the Radio Master is back with the same things. Like, interaction with the public is good. Upcoming YouTubers like you deserve love, respect, and growth. Love from India. Thank you. Thank you for watching. That might have been the case in the beginning. The Iranian people might have been thought that it was a good thing that we were coming for them until we've started blowing the fuck out of everything over there and killing girls, blowing up girls' schools. They just said that they blew up another one. I'm sorry, Laura. I'm not saying don't do it. I'm trying not to get distracted by all the gushing. Anyway, that might have been the case in the beginning. Like I said, they might have wanted us to be there. But after we've killed all these fucking innocent civilians and destroyed their infrastructure, now he's threatening to blow up their water. Thank you, Radio Master. Blow up their desalinization plants so they all fucking die of dehydration. I'm not sure these people fucking, what you're doing is driving those people to the regime that you're trying to get rid of. And that was another story. They said, at this point, they've killed so many of these regime guys that the people that they're talking to. I'm not saying that, Laura. I'm not saying that at all. I just couldn't help but see it. I was like, a lot of gushing going on here. I'm very appreciative. I'm not sure, like I said, they said they've killed so many of these regime guys that now they're not even sure if the people that they're talking to have the authority to sign a deal. And that woman Levitt, she said the same thing. She said, we didn't like how they was negotiating, so we killed them. She's a Christian, so she says. She's got a cross on her neck and everything. They just had a prayer right before she came out there. And then she said, if we don't like the way you negotiate, we'll kill you. That's what Jesus would want. You couldn't write. This is like the darkest Monty Python shit that you could ever fucking come up with. It's crazy. Meanwhile, the Iranians are responding. They're like trolling Trump on social media, on their social media. Iran is now officially exposing Trump, how he is trapped by Netanyahu. Trump is getting controlled by Israel and using the Epstein files as he became a pawn of Netanyahu under the pressure of the Mossad. There's another one where they call him the pedophile regime. It's crazy. And Hegseth popped up out of the ground today, gave a briefing with his usual douchebag self, and they were talking about boots on the ground. Are they going to put boots on the ground? They're not going to put boots on the ground, he says. And Hegseth says, as far as President Trump and boots on the ground, I don't understand why the base wouldn't have faith in his ability to execute on this. Look at his track record. It's like, yes. We are looking at his track record, and it is horrendously terrible. What did they get out of this? Besides people making a lot of money. If someone could tell me, Sisyphus says, what in the Wild West voice is this? Right? What's up, partner? No, ask me. Answer me if you can help. How does this help American interests in any way? What he's doing. He's destroying the world. He's destroyed our alliances and our allies. Did you see today? France, Spain, and Italy all said no more using their airspace to do anything. Close us off. These are NATO allies. And Trump's already said we're not going to be there for you, or he's going to leave NATO. Like, who benefits from all this? I'll give you 3 guesses, and the first 2 don't count. No one's going to answer the question. Vladimir Putin, that's who fucking benefits from this. Well, he destroyed NATO just like he always wants to. The German defense minister said that they got to prepare for, America ain't going to be there for them, so they need to rearm because they're going to be fighting Russia within 5 years. Sisyphus says the reality is Europe is cooked. USA is the last fortress of white people. What does that even mean? I love when people say that. Like there won't be no more white people. Considering the history of this world, might not be such a bad thing. We were listening to Daniele Bolelli's podcast about, what's up, Edith Marisol? Thank you for tuning in. About the Amistad Rebellion, one of the few successful slave ship rebellions where the slaves actually freed themselves. And just listening to them talk about the transatlantic slave trade, this went on for 300 years or more, where they kidnapped people, chained them up, threw them on ships like cattle, brought them over here, sold them like property. Then they had no rights, they were property, they were considered property. All the way up until the 1860s. Maybe it's not such a good thing there, Sisyphus. And you know what? They fucked that up too, because they had their own fortress, like you said, of white people, but they didn't want to work, so they shipped in a bunch of others. And now they're mad, like, oh, where do these people come from? You brought them here, you fucking jerk-offs. Julia says, meanwhile, the American people aren't getting shit out of this except skyrocketing prices on everything and rice being taken away because the Christian nationalists can't say. Yes, exactly. That's the other part of it. Like, these people are so obsessed with having, like he said, their white fortress that they're willing to give away their own freedom. Never, ever realizing that, eventually, once you empower a government to do whatever it wants, eventually it's going to come for you too. They don't seem to think that. That, once they're done with the immigrants and all the other people they don't like, the homosexuals and trans people, they're going to come for you next. Leftists, Democrats, liberals, people they don't like. Yes, Laura, that is true. Laura says she just saw a photo of families detained here on U.S. soil by ICE and facilities without proper health care, bad conditions, little food, piled on top of each other. Yes. And there's deaths, more deaths than ever in these ICE facilities. And no one's talking about it. Meanwhile, he kills a bunch of people in Cuba by blockading Cuba. And told you the other day, all the people in hospitals that were hooked on to life support machines and heart machines and all these things, they all died because there was no power in the whole island to run these machines. Meanwhile, why, I keep asking myself a million times, why didn't Cuba have solar power? Yes, Laura, and they say guards are betting on who's going to kill themselves next. Yes, it's disgusting. These people are soulless. That's my point. I like to call it, they're what I like to call soulless meat bags of shit. And they're literally on TV talking about who's going to be the heir, who's going to... J.D. Vance be the next president. Like, no. J.D. Vance should not be the next president. J.D. Vance at this point shouldn't even be listened to when he talks because all that comes out of his mouth is a big pile of shit. He's the most weaselly fuck I've ever seen. He's trying to navigate this situation so he could come out the backside and try to pretend like he was against this all the time. And that's not the case. He was against Trump, and then now he's with Trump, and now he's attached to Trump. So he's got to go along with whatever. So this is what I don't like about politics in general, and the way it's become this us-them thing is. When you see these people talking now, you realize that none of them really are allowed to say what they really think about anything. They have to toe the party line. And they didn't used to be like that. You used to have all different kinds of perspectives, even in the Republican Party. You still have those guys like Massey and Rand Paul who are like, I'm not going along with you just because. But they're few and far between and not enough to stop Trump by themselves, but there used to be a lot of people like that. It wasn't just a bunch of nutlickers that just bow down to the president and do whatever he wants. That's the problem. Is I said it's become a monolithic us versus them situation where. That's why I say this shows. I said before on this show, I'm not like a card-carrying leftist fucking, Che Guevara fucking hat-wearing a communist, it's like, I'm a person, I'm a humanist, so I think that poor people should get assistance. I think that we should get things for the money that we pay in taxes besides blowing the fuck out of other countries and killing people while these rich people make money. Then they'll call you a communist for that. When you say you think people deserve health care or whatever, and they'll say, oh, he's a communist. It's like, no, I think that we pay a lot of taxes. You spend trillions and trillions of dollars buying all this military equipment, and now Trump is just blowing it all up and, playing fucking army men. And meanwhile, real people are dying. And the price of oil, the gas is over $4 now. Remember the people that didn't want to vote for Joe Biden? They were talking about the price of fucking eggs. Like it was a national security issue. The price of eggs is out of control. And now Trump's drove gas up the highest since the pandemic at $4 a gallon. And people are like, oh, that's okay. You got to tighten your belt and take it for America. It's like, no, this is a cult. If you're so attached to the man that you can't criticize anything he does, and like this guy that said, like this groveling nut licker today talking about, do the Iranian people want us there to... They're marching in the street. I didn't see them marching in the street. Did you? I saw them marching in the street after the war for the regime. I said, you took all the goodwill that you might have had with the Iranian people, and he squandered it just like he squanders everything else because he's an idiot. He already fucking caused almost, I don't know, they kept saying it's a number between 10 and 30,000 people that were shot and killed after those demonstrations when Trump told them, get out of the street, we're here, the help is on the way. And then he left them out to dry and they all got killed. Donald Trump has no credibility. He's a lying sack of shit. You can't believe anything he says. Even when he's telling you, just give it a presidential brief, he never stops talking. He talks on the plane. He talks at the desk. He talks outside while he's walking out to the helicopter. Then he goes somewhere and he talks more. Really, you think that, Black Wisdom? You obviously don't know any. They're just people like anybody else, bro. I read your comment because it's fucking terrible. I want to preface that with saying I think it's terrible and that you're an asshole for saying it. But if this is what you believe, that's fine. I mean, he says all trans should live on an island with Satan as their president. Like I said, that means that you don't know any of these people. It's easy to demonize people you don't know, because it's easy to paint a picture of them, and make them seem more. That's why it was easy for the Germans to get regular people to hate Jews, because most of them probably didn't know any Jews. And you just paint these cartoony pictures of them being evil and taking your money or whatever. And people don't know, you don't like them. Black Wisdom says, did I vote for Kamala? Of course I did. This world would be a much better place if she was the president right now. Happy Trans Day, yes. What does that mean, do it? Do what? Quick Impressive says, if I could give you a time machine and ask you to go back and review one decision to correct it again, what would it be? In my life? Or like to affect history? Go back and make Hitler decide not to kill all the fucking Jews, you could probably change the history of the world. If you just went back and told that Austrian school, just let the guy in to be a fucking painter, What are you talking about, Black Wisdom? That has nothing to do with it. Look at the world now. Look what you've wrought upon the world and us. You can't sit here and tell me that you think that everything is great, that the economy is wonderful. The economy is wonderful if you're a billionaire. For the average person, it sucks. Food's going to go up now. Like my electric bill went up $100 this month. And you know why that is? Because of the war. Because of natural gas price. And it's always been like this, Scarecrow. What are you talking about? Now you're just delusional. He's like, imagine that dimwit abroad with world leaders, fuck's sake. Trump is fucking the dumbest man on the planet who falls asleep half the time. You got some deep rooted fucking problem with women or something else. If you could listen to the both of them talk, and now I'm not saying she was perfect. She did some silly shit. What are you talking about? You love what Trump is doing. See what your bill or nukes. They weren't going to have any nukes. They obliterated it right 6 months ago. That's what he said. It took him years to build it back. Or he was lying about that too, right? He didn't quite obliterate it as much as he had would lead you to believe, right? Because he's lies all the time. The fact that you sit here and you still believe anything this fucking guy says tells me that, like I said, you're a fanatic. Or you're a soulless meatbag of shit who only cares about counting money while he destroys the world. You're one of those people who's probably betting on the prediction market about how many people he's going to kill next. What's up, John? Thanks for hanging out or tuning in. Sorry. Like I said, the only way you could. What does that mean? Black Wisdom says you're on government dependency when you pay 100K taxes. What does that mean? What does that even mean? I didn't say that, Black Wisdom. I get that you're a black guy. I can see it. And you live in Florida. You probably think Ron DeSantis is great. You know what I'm saying? Let me tell you something, my friend. You keep giving them all this power, and they're going to come for you next. I'm sitting here as I'm going to last on the list. But I don't need no fucking handout. I've worked my entire life, took care of myself. I've never taken government assistance one fucking day in my life. Now, when I was a kid and my mom was raising me all alone, we were on food stamps in Section 8. Yeah, because she needed the money to raise a fucking kid. You know, but I never took anything. I left my home at 17, and I've been on my own ever since. I never took a food stamp. I never took a Section 8. I never took any of that shit. I didn't even fucking take the pandemic money that they were handing out like candy. I know some people that did that. I wouldn't do that. Just like I said, you think that everybody... he's got a picture. Or both judgments. Thank you, my friend. Hey, man, anything helps. That's free advertising. But see, that's the kind of cliche bullshit that you think that everybody's like, oh, you need handouts or whatever. Like, that's not true at all. A lot of us fucking take care of ourselves. We don't need. I'm a self-made person. I mean, I never took anything. I never taken a handout. I've always paid my taxes if I have to. You know. What I'm saying is, everyone pays taxes. What do you get out of it? Oh, I'm sorry. You're one of those people. You got money. You don't want to pay taxes. See, but you don't want to hit that pothole in the road, do you? You don't want to, you want everything to be. Mr. Lord says, how could 12 tons of Kit Kat get stolen? That's just bizarre. Oh, you Black Wisdom says, it's true that white lives in the downfall of America. What, the people that freed your people? Used to be slaves, went for white liberals. That's what I think is funny to people like you. You're a conservative person, but you have to delude yourself of reality. The conservative people were the people that had you enslaved. Laura says 400,000 Kit Kats gone. What the hell happened? They stole a truck? I didn't hear about this Kit Kat story. What would they do with this much Kit Kat? I don't know. It's Halloween somewhere. I don't know. There was another story I saw with these these Italian dudes went into the Louvre or something. And they stole like 3 or 4 like really old paintings in like 2 minutes. It was like gone. It's like, in Europe, that happened in Europe too. Hey, Europe is off the chain. It's like, who wouldn't want Atman's Kit Kats? Russian Mafia? That's like, what's the official candy bar of the Russian Mafia? Kit Kat? Or Snickers? Somebody wanted a lot of Kit Kats. I don't know. I didn't hear about this story. Like I said, was it a truck? Like they just hijacked the truck? Yeah, right. Okay, Mr. Lord says, here's what happened. Kit Kat was sending wholesale stock from Italy to Poland. Somewhere en route, whole thing got stolen and went missing. They're holding for ransom. They called him up. Hey, we have your Kit Kats. See, and here comes the fucking stereotype bullshit. It's the same old lame ass unoriginal shit that people say when they don't really have anything to say. Right? You're gonna counter my argument. But why don't you kind of try to intellectually say what you think as opposed to my viewpoint? Because I already called you out for what you are. And you know it's true. You're one of these people, you don't want to pay taxes, but yet you want all the same benefits that everybody else gets for paying taxes, but you don't want to pay them. And if you say you should pay more taxes, you go, you're a communist. Or like you said, you like little kids, that's what you said. All the same old cliche bullshit that they always say. Hey, thanks 3.2, thanks for why do you say that, Black Wisdom, Florida? Kamala only a retard would vote for that piece of shit. Like, what? You really think she's worse than Donald Trump? She ain't in the Epstein files, bro. See, look, he's like, go defund the police. I'll agree with you. Defund the police was a stupid slogan. This is where Democrats fuck themselves all the time, right? They take a good idea, which is a good idea, that the police are getting too militarized, and maybe we need to take some of this, because in the 80s and early 90s, they gave away all this old military equipment to police. Of course, police can't have all these toys and not use them, so they use them mostly to fucking harass your people. Black Wisdom. You got a funny name for a guy who's dumb as shit. It's like, so, this is what happened. They used all that military equipment to harass your people and Mexicans. And people started saying, hey, maybe we should demilitarize the police. Now, that was a better slogan, but someone came up with defund the police, which just sounds dumb as fuck. It sounds like you want to take away all the police. What? Dude, if you're really a black American who lives in Florida, why do you speak like a guy from, Africa? Like, your English is broken. You can't... What does that even mean? You ever had a train of black men line up, run train? It's like... Where are you at, the Congo? It's like... I'm finding it hard to believe that you're a black guy from Florida. I know a lot of black guys, and they don't talk like that. Black Wizard says, if you voted Kamala, you're an idiot. I bet you have not a pot to piss in, right? And like I said, and you're in the Congo. I guarantee you, if I can run your IP address, you're not even in America right now. Like, you're just some troll speaking broken English. I don't know why you decided to troll me, but like I said, I'm not so stupid. As to not figure it out. Like I said, there ain't no fucking real black guy that talks like you who lives in Florida. Unless you're an immigrant. And that would make you doubly stupid. if you were an African immigrant who's also pro-Trump, that wouldn't surprise me though. No, Julia, he's one of these guys like they said on the Twitter. He's like a fake mega profile. Then why you speak broken English? Where are you from originally? Not these fruitcakes. See, but that's what I'm saying. You fucking morons will sit there while nukes are going off and go, well, these trans people ain't playing basketball, you know. World's ending all around you. Well, we really owe them libs, you know. It's like, yeah, was it all worth it? You know, I've been talking about what's going on at the $4 gas and the fucking, I said, you see that? Gold went down even. Trump has managed to devalue every single thing. It's like, the dollar ain't worth the shit anymore. Iran selling more oil than they sold before the war. You know that? Trump is a false god. I said, you guys think that he's God or whatever. It's a false idol. He's not Jesus. He's the Antichrist. And you fell for it, just like you said you would. Because you care more about dumb shit that don't affect your life at all. And you don't know, all your ideas are preconceived about people you don't know anything about. You obviously don't know a trans person or a gay person. They're just like everybody else, bro. Once you get around them, then you realize they're just like everybody else. They just like to suck dicks, and I'm not into that, but that don't bother me. What are you talking about? See? You're giving yourself away all the time. You're not an American. Say people like libs make Americans sick. Like I said, who pays you to do this? You're getting way overpaid because you're not good at it. Do they look at your work like a regular corporate job? It's like, are your keystrokes logged so they can look at the dumb shit that you say to people? It's like, why are they paying you to do this? Like, hey, we'll give you. Well, you're in Africa, so they probably don't have to pay you a lot. They're like, we'll give you $10 a day to troll random YouTube streams and pretend like you're a mega black guy. It's like, you get enough clicks, we'll give you a $5 bonus. It's like, you know what I'd really be into? Is if you could speak fucking English. It's like, my girlfriend's here to thread, bro. It's like, once again, you're wrong about everything, and probably always have been. It's like, it's your general state of being, I bet. Walking around being wrong about shit. Right, exactly. Calls himself black wisdom. That right there is his fucking first sign. Guy's a fucking idiot. Yeah, I bet that's not even him in that picture. It's like a picture of Ving Rhames or some shit. It's like, it's unbelievable. I always wonder who pays people to do that. I mean, somebody does because they exist. Because remember when Musk turned on that thing? Was like, all right, what we're gonna do now is show everybody's location. They turned it on. First thing they found out was that none of these mega accounts were even in America. They were like Cameroon, or like I said, the Congo. It's like this fucking jerk off. Imagine actual conversation with the woman at dinner with that Marlboro voice. Yes, and she loves me, and then fucks me after. Once again, you're wrong about everything. It's like, shocker. The problem is, I said, stupidity. Major stupidity in this country. And then I said, people like you, who's from another country, get paid to stir the pot up and make it seem like that you're a real black guy that likes Donald Trump. It's like, I know a lot of black people, and I ain't met none yet that like Donald Trump. Now, did they want to vote for Kamala Harris? No. That's one of the reasons that she lost. Black men didn't want to vote for a black woman to be president. And now they won't say that, but if you look at the numbers, that's true. I mean, some of them would say it, but in general, they just didn't come out to vote at all because they said they couldn't bring themselves to vote for a black woman, and that's the truth. And that's another reason why we're fucked. Because I said the fact that she's a woman had nothing to do with who's better for this fucking job. It's true, Ken. But we do it too. Plenty of white dudes didn't want to vote for Hillary Clinton or don't want to vote for any woman to be the president. Sexism and the patriarchy still exists. They want to put women back down into the 50s. See, a lot of people don't realize this. You know that someone was telling me that a woman wasn't even allowed to control her own bank account until like the 1970s. What are you talking about? Oh, you're so fucking stupid. There's no fucking way. There's people all over TV saying they wouldn't vote for a black woman. And the fact that you could say she's stupid, but you think that Donald Trump is smart, tells me just how fucking stupid you are. She's a self-made person. Everything she got herself. She got all the college degrees. Donald Trump, he's a moron. Who got a $400 million trust fund baby. Who has the mentality of a 5-year-old and the IQ of 1-2. And he doesn't know shit about anything. And you're sitting here still telling me that he's smarter than Kamala Harris. She wouldn't have been president if Joe Biden's the one that fucked this all up. I mean, really, if you want to get right down to it, it's true. Joe Biden should never try to run again. And he waited way too long to say, oh, that he couldn't run it. There's no fucking way. See, that's what I'm talking about, Black Wisdom. You're a soulless meat bag of shit who only cares about your tax return and your stocks. If you even have any. Personally, I think that you're some guy in the Congo who's pretending to be a guy who loves Donald Trump, and you probably don't have anything except a laptop sitting in a fucking hut somewhere, and you're telling me all this shit about Europe. See, look, you got a script in front of you. Now he's like, how many illegals have you moved into your home? Like I said, it's the script. You need to call him up, tell me you need a new script, or find a dumber guy to try to troll, because, like I said, I ain't falling for it. Your picture of Ving Rhames, I said, is nice there. It's not the fucking point. And like I said, you can fool you, and if you are living in America, you can bet your ass that they're going to come for you. If you think, yeah, he just has a fucking... See, look. Some of my best friends are black. He says, racist, you just have black people say me like most white folks. No. I just don't like Uncle Ruckus cooning fucking black people who don't even support their own people. It's like, well, you stayed here, so you must have enjoyed yourself. Or, like I said, someone told you to get on this show and start talking shit. And they'll give you $5. And like I said, yeah, I do. Matter of fact, got a trans person in my family. Ooh, What are you going to do, disown your family member? You probably would, you soulless piece of shit. That's the problem with you people. I said, you ain't got no humanity. You lost it. And not having any humanity and being fucking stupid. I've already made a dent. Plenty of them. You don't know anything about me. I've lived more lives than you could ever imagine. I've done more shit in my life than you could ever imagine. Like I said, hard to imagine when, like I said, you don't have a fucking brain. I guess. Anyway, I'm gonna get out of here. If you're new to this show, like Black Wisdom, I'm here every Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, United States. If you like this show, please like the channel, subscribe to the show. If you like this show, you got social media, share it on your social media. Please. And tell your friends about it. What we need is more discussions with people who aren't fucking patrons from the Congo or wherever the fuck this guy's from. Anyway, I'm going to get out of here. Right? Exactly. I said, Aaron Magruder fucking... Well, you stayed a whole hour, so... If it sucked that bad, then you should start questioning yourself. Why you like terrible entertainment. Anyway, here we go. I'm going to get out of here, like I said. Once again, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, United States. Please like the show, subscribe to the show. If you're new, like I said, tell your friends, bring them back. I'll be back on Thursday at 6 p.m. Thank you, good night.